Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
Hi guys, this is latestly.com. I'm Rati Tripathi. I have with me the uber handsome Tanuj Virwani. We're going to be talking about his upcoming season 2 of Inside Edge and maybe get a little gossip about his life. I'm going to try my best. I don't know.
Let's see how good your best is, and thank you for the wonderful intro.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Likewise.
First of all, I need to thank you because somewhere, I think I met you about 3 years ago for when you were promoting One Night Stand.
Right.
The film with Sunny Leone.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I accidentally dropped the F-bomb, said the F word during an interview.
Yes, I remember. It was at Juhu in that basement of that. Yes, of course I remember that.
It was so nice and kind. You actually came up to me, will you get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
So that was so nice.
And you had a really funky haircut back then.
Yeah.
I do remember, yeah.
So thank you so much. It's a sort of little moments
Rock
like
bottom.
Yeah.
That's the place, yeah.
Yeah, I hit my rock bottom at rock bottom.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so it's moments like these that actually build a person up. That actually sort of built my confidence.
Yes, I'm glad.
So, what have been moments in your life that actually built you up to be the person you are today? Any defining?
See, I still very much feel I'm a work in progress because I look at this as an early phase in my career. I would say this is maybe the second phase of my career, the first being the few movies that I did, and they didn't kind of work out the way I hoped they would, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of hit my rock bottom. But then this little thing called the OTT happened in my life, and this little thing called Inside Edge happened in my life, and that little thing blew up in a big way, and here we are. And I just feel it gave me a new lease of life. And when I look at it in hindsight, I just feel I learned so much more by failing the first few times because it made my hunger, my resolve, my drive to want to succeed a lot more than it was when I started off. I was young, I was naive, I was a little laid back, chilled out. Let's go on set and we'll act and all that. But now I make sure that I don't take anything for granted. I don't take this interview for granted. I don't take a dubbing session for granted, and I certainly don't take any time I spend on a set, be it a movie set or on a web series set, for granted. So that's something I learned. Yeah.
How is this fame treating you? Are you well adjusting to the fame?
I mean, I don't look at it as fame. I just look at it as the love of people for certain roles and certain characters and stuff. Because when you start taking these things too seriously, then it becomes about that. Then you start losing your purity. I want to be pure as an actor. I mean, if I have an Instagram following or if people wave to me on the road and all, I feel good in the moment. I mean, I feel okay, theek hai, kuch to sahi kara life mein. But I leave it at that because for me, what matters eventually is that am I going to sleep every night feeling content that I've done some good work, and it's just a means to an end. So I never take fame too seriously because, and I actually want to say this to all the aspiring actors out there. You know, so many people come from all over India, from all over the world to Bombay, to Mumbai, to make their lives and all, and everyone's so busy chasing the dream of wanting to become a superstar, they forget that they have to be a good actor in the first place. So I think the more you focus on the process as opposed to the result or eventually the consequences, I think you'll be happier.
Okay, your mom's a great actress. Okay,
thank you on her behalf. Yeah.
So, is your mom also like regular moms ki mera beta, finally something good is happening, or beta in sabko apne sar pe mat chadh dena? How's your mom's reaction to it?
So for the initially 2.5 years that I was part of the industry, there was a bit of struggle, there's a bit of failure happening. So as any mom, as any regular mom would have, whether you're from the industry or no, you do worry for your son because I did not have a plan B. Like for me, being a part of movies, be it in front of the camera or behind the camera, is all I know.
Okay.
So when the films weren't working and stuff, of course, I mean, we did go through some trying times at home and stuff, but well, by the grace of God, touch wood, things are better now. And she's always been a believer, and she's always told me one thing, and that's something I repeat to myself every time I think I'm going either way, I'm tilting either way, that never let success go to your head and don't take failure to your heart, because it's always going to be up and down.
Okay.
It's always going to be up and down. And I don't see how well someone else is doing or how badly someone is doing. Don't wish bad upon someone else, because everyone's got their own story, everyone's got their own destiny, and you just need to follow, and that's where I am.
How was the prep for your character was like?
Prep is a lot. See, for any actor, and if you ask any actor who really takes his work seriously, he'll tell you that prep is both internal and external. So external is, okay, I'm playing a cricketer, so I need to have a certain body type. I don't have to have a gym body, but I have to have an athletic body. How do I get that? I have to alter my diet. I have to alter my sleep pattern. I have to alter the amount of water I'm consuming in a day. I have to I have to bring in a lot more functional training, a lot more playing sports, but I can't risk getting injured at the same time, because what's the point, right? Then we have our cricket camps, which I'm so glad that they do, because it's like a cricket boot camp where every actor who plays a cricketer on the show, whether you're there for 5 minutes or you're there for 10 episodes, you have to be a part of that. Okay. And your body language, that one sense of team spirit, bonding, just it's something you can't fake. It's not even acting. It transcends acting. So I think that really helps us a lot. And the other aspect, coming to the second aspect, is you need to internalize.
Okay.
So I need to read the script, reread it, and then make it a part of me. That if I'm shooting this show for 5 months, I am this character for 5 months.
Okay.
Why is he feeling like this? Why is he reacting like that? He can't be even a hothead is not a hothead for no reason. Even in his mind, he's right.
Okay.
Whether his actions are right or wrong for the larger audience or for other people within the parameters of the show, for him, he's right. So till I don't find that conviction, that motivation from within, I'm not going to be able to convince you.
Okay.
So for me, it's these two things are off, and not just for Inside Edge. This is something I try and follow for every project that I work on. Yeah.
Then what do you do about getting out of the character? Is that a trouble ever?
Yes, getting out of. Okay, so I wouldn't really say getting out of the character. I mean that kind of fades off.
Okay.
Eventually, it takes a few days, but you kind of get out of it. But sometimes. See, I'm not necessarily a trained actor. Whatever I know about acting is by being an assistant director, is by watching movies, is by observing people. So sometimes I have to access not so pleasant incidents from my real life.
Okay.
And for a scene, for the sake of, to make a scene work, to make it believable, so you can see it, it's all about the eyes, right? So to get out of that, it sometimes does take its toll. But, well, it's okay. But, pain is temporary, but film is forever. So I think that's what I abide by. So it's okay. Small price to pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been shooting for Inside Edge, for Cartel, and for Codem.
Yeah.
Does that leave a lot of time for your personal life?
No, it doesn't. But you got to make time, right? I mean, you got to make time for your friends, for your family, for yourself, most importantly. Because what happens is you start losing perspective, right? I mean, because one day I'm shooting Inside Edge, and suddenly I'm shooting Codem, and suddenly I'm on something else, and all these characters are different. I just gotten out of Poison, a show I done for Z earlier this year, and most of these characters are intense and they have a dark side to them. So that kind of tends to spill into your real life, which you don't want, right? I mean, because you have to compartmentalize. It's easier said than done. But well, I mean, there are 24 hours in a day, so you just, it's all about managing your time.
Okay. How much time does it leave for your dating life?
For my dating life? Honestly, not much. And I think it's best that I just focus on my career for the time being, because you know what happens, I have nothing against dating and all, but then that just kind of eats into your mental space, because then you're making time for that special someone, and then there's a lot of expectations and all. And I mean, I think now is the time for me to really go all out and make a mark for myself and stuff, so yeah.
So you're only dating your work right now?
Yeah, I know it's a very boring line to say, but yeah. And also, even when I am dating someone, I mean, I like to keep it low-key, not for any other reason, is because, say, if you're dating someone who's not part of the industry, why should she get that unnecessary attention which she may not even want just because she's dating an actor? Okay. Similarly, if you're dating an actor, it's a whole different thing, because then people are like, acha, they're dating because they're doing a project together, though they're speculating. So, because it's happened to me in the past. When I've broken up, I have things coming out in the paper saying they're breaking, they're dating. When we are together, we have reports coming that they've broken up. So there's no, it's all ulta. So I just like to keep, and I feel as an actor also, I'm a human being first. So I think I like to remain private about that. So yeah. Okay. Even on social media, you'll see only how much I want you to see.
Yes.
Because you know what I mean. I mean, you want to keep a little bit your not just your dating life, but your family life, your friends, to yourself.
Okay. Did you meet any real life sports person for the role, maybe?
See, there's been a lot of speculation. I mean, let's not deny that right from season 1 and stuff and all. And you guys are, as the audience, are welcome to speculate. But the fact is that once you watch the show, you'll be like, no, this is a fully formed character. It's not it's not like see, if I have to encapsulate a modern day cricketer, I'll look at someone who's young, who's fit, who's good looking, who has a sense of style. First person people think of is, say, a Virat Kohli. And they're not wrong, right? Because maybe the physicality that we were going for is something in that space, because he has really come and redefined what an Indian cricketer should look like, as opposed to say what they would look like in the early 2000s or late 90s. But having said that, the sur and tal of Y Raghavan is completely unique and has nothing to do with any one or two individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since the past 2 years, how has the perspective of the directors and the casting directors and producer changed towards you? Have they started treating you differently?
Yeah, they have, and I mean, there's a good side to it and a bad side to it. I'll say the good side is that a lot more people now recognize me. A lot more people think that I can act, which is important. And the offers, touchwood, are a lot better nowadays, because when you're part of a successful show, then things change, right? Now the flip side is that a lot of times people are like, we want you to do that Vayu Raghavan kind of acting, or we want you to be the bad boy, or we want you to be this Ayyash. And the most dangerous thing for any actor, according to me, is to get typecast and slotted into one specific kind of role. When I decided to become an actor, it was not that, I want to only be this. I want to be able to play anything and everything. I want to test myself. Even if I screwed up or I'm not good at it, but at least I went down trying. I don't want to get comfortable in a niche that I'll only do like such kind of roles. So it's a double-edged sword. It works. There's some advantages and some disadvantages.
Are you getting more flowers on your birthday these days?
Yeah. Flowers and some letters and yeah.
Okay.
But nowadays, everything has become digital, na? So like even the flowers come virtually on Instagram on here. It's true. The birthday, everything is digital.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember the last time, for example, when someone asked me for an autograph. And I always thought that if I become a successful actor, I'll be giving autographs. Everyone wants a freaking selfie. That's just the times that we live in.
On Children's Day, you went out with children, some underprivileged children, and you donated.
I actually didn't go out with them. I actually call them home, because I have been a huge ardent follower of comic books and superheroes, and I love movies basically, right? So like if you come to my home, it's like a mini museum in itself, and I'm like, why don't we do something special on Children's Day? Like right next to my house, there's this basti, and I see these kids every day, and like sometimes you have a bad day and you're like grumbling about something really silly, and you look at these kids and they're just like so happy. They have nothing, but yet they have everything. And I'm like, I want to make these kids happy. And what better day than Children's Day? So they came over, they played with all my collectibles or toys or whatever. I was surprised by their knowledge. I mean, they knew, acha, ye Spider-Man hai, ye Iron Man hai, ye Batman hai. They knew their stuff, man. I mean, they would put a lot of people to shame. So that was really awesome. And I think I did that more for myself than for them, because it really left me, it may sound a bit selfish, but I felt whole. I felt really happy about that. I genuinely did, and it was